Saavira Basadi Thousand Pillar Temple in Moodabidri, Karnataka. Moodabidri, a temple town in Karnataka, has some fascinating stories of a rich cultural past embedded in its 18 temples. With 18 roads connecting various villages and 18 lakes, 18 temples, and 18 Jain Basadis, Moodabidri has a definitive link to the number 18. Located 37 kilometers away from Mangalore, the town was named after the abundant bamboo growing in the area. Moodabidri is a compound word made up of Mooda means east and Bidri is bamboo. Saavira Kambada Basadi is a Jain temple in Karnataka and is well known across the world not only because it was built in 1430 but because of the remarkable pillars that are an integral part of the temple. The temple is also known as Tribhuvana Tilaka Chudamani Basadi or the crest jewel of the three worlds. The local chieftain Devaraya Wodeyar initiated the construction of this temple in 1430, but the temple as it stands today includes additions made in 1962. The temple was constructed over a painstaking period of 31 years. An equivalent amount of 9 crores was spent in the construction of the fascinating temple. The construction of this temple took place in phases. The first phase saw the construction of the sanctum and sanctorum with 8-foot idol of Chandranath. The idol is the temple's reason and it's also known as Chandranath Basadi. The second phase oversaw the construction of the magnificent prayer hall with its innumerable pillars. The last phase of the construction was the erection of the Manastamba commissioned by Queen Nagala Devi. The 60-foot monolith is in many ways the centerpiece in the temple that is awe-inspiring around every turn. Although the temple complex features 3 separate stories, devotees are only allowed on the upper floor once in a year. Despite being one of the oldest and biggest Jain temples in Asia, the upper floors are in many ways a well-kept secret even today. Standing in the courtyard, every visitor experiences the grandeur and vigor that has come to stand as the hallmark of an era long lost in the sands of time. The temple boasts of many manastambas, each one supported by pillars. The pillars, carved from granite, have stories carved on each one. Every pillar is unique, and the figures carved on them are really very unique. With so much beauty to behold, some visitors are intrigued, while the plebeians will simply look at a few and move on to the next sight to behold. Even as the pillars and the carvings attract your attention, there is a fascinating hush of silence and peace that envelops the temple. The intricate carvings and geometrically accurate lines speak of craftsmen whose skills can dumbfound today's machine in the blink of an eye. Stone chandeliers that seemingly defy gravity and other such architectural marvels form a part of the landscape of the temple and never fails to boggle the modern man's mind. The inherent patience of the craftsman, evident in the intricacy of the carvings, is an antithesis to the constant hustle and bustle in the city. Tales of history, exchanges of culture, and the interaction between man and nature is all carved in the plain sight for everyone to see. Mythical tales of animals mingle with carvings of African giraffes and Chinese carving, harking back to a time of prosperous commercial trade routes between continents. Sadly, English literature on the history of the temple is not readily available for perusal or to be bought. Historians speak of Moodabidri as offering much needed shelter and relief to weary Jain travelers who were persecuted for their religious beliefs in the north. The rulers in this area, including the Chalukya, Ganga, Rashtrakuta, Alupa, and the Hoysala rulers, were benevolent to Jain refugees and offered them a safe sanctuary in the temples. The sacred and ancient Jain literature was moved to Moodabidri from Sharavanabelagola when the Mughals assaulted in an attempt to rule over all of the subcontinent. These texts were rediscovered and preserved in the 18th century. While the architecture from the outside is reminiscent of a typical North Karnataka structure, the interior is chock full on beautiful architectural and cultural details. Temples like the Vikram Shetty Basadi, Chola Shetty Basadi, Mahadeva Shetty Basadi, Koti Shetty Basadi, Dharma Shetty Basadi, and the Ammanavara Basadi, along the rest of the Basadis, form which is affectionately known as the Jain Kashi in India. Amidst the other temples, the Guru Basadi is one of the oldest and most revered temples. Tulu dramas and Yakshaganas performers regularly entertain the people of Moodabidri. The Yakshagana plays usually begin at 9 p.m. and go until 6 a.m. in the following morning. The performances have cultural and religious references and play once a week in a few particular months every year. Apart from the Yakshagana, there are several cultural treats in Moodabidri which are celebrated by Jain peoples in and around. Moodabidri is a place that simply cannot be described in words. With ample local and long distance transportation, the town is easily accessible from Mangalore and the rest of Karnataka. Express buses routes connect Moodabidri to locations like Mangalore, Udupi, Shimoga, Dharmasthala, and Kudramukh. Private and public buses ply established routes between Moodabidri and Goa, Bangalore, Hubli, Dharwad, and Chikmagaluru, Subramania, and other such important cities and towns. Moodabidri is just around 33 kilometers away from Mangalore. Mangalore and Bangalore are the close by airports, which is very well connected to each other. Bus service also available to Moodabidri from major cities like Bangalore, Mangalore, and Udupi. So when you are in Moodabidri, don't forget to visit this ancient and historical architectural marvel which has been created centuries ago and still stands the test of the time, even today. Visiting this temple, I was awestruck and spellbound, witnessing such an intricate architectural marvel which is situated in Moodabidri in Mangalore. When you are in Mangalore, take a time to visit this beautiful architectural example of the Jain architecture which has been created in the era and still standing today as a great epitome and the marvelous example of the past. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. If you like my videos, please do share it. Thank you.